Hey, how's it going? Muerto Chris here. Welcome to the Guard Owl. So I got a question from a subscriber wondering if I could go a little bit into depth about whether or not we choose La Santisima Muerte or La Santisima Muerte chooses us. Um, that's a good question. For some people, I believe that we choose her. The majority of people, I think we choose her. The reason why I say that is because, I'm sure she chooses us as well. But you know, we can be so blind sometimes that we don't notice when the spirits choose us. For a lot of people, they go their whole lives without noticing that a lot of these spirits that surround us every day, they choose us. They're our guides, and they walk with us. And so many of people, all over the world, they go their everyday life, all through life, not knowing this. It's not a bad thing, that's just the way it is. But for some of us, I know, and particularly for myself, in my experience, I chose La Santisima Muerte. I'm the one that chose to go to her for help. I was in need of some spiritual help and some guidance, and I got it. Um, However, the interesting thing to it, on the flip side of stuff, is that La Santisima Muerte kind of chose me to do a few things as well. It was kind of like the give and take, that comes along with La Santisima Muerte. She give you a little, you're going to have to give a little back. So for the help that I got in return, I had to help others out. And so that's how I became, a tarot guidance reader. I call myself a tarot guidance reader. I don't do fortune telling or anything like that. That's not what I am. I'm a guidance reader. Um, as far as La Santisima Muerte goes, with if she chooses us, you would know, because if you are paying attention, you may be watching this video for one. You may be running into other people's videos. For instance, Janel Longoria. Janel Longoria has a plethora of videos on this topic, as well as videos with Hecate or Hecate. Um, but definitely a plethora of videos in English of La Santisima Muerte. I'll be putting a link for Janelle Longoria down at the bottom in the description box for you all. So in case you're not aware of who she is, or you haven't run into her on YouTube yet, you can go and check her out. She has some amazing, amazing videos, a lot of information. She's also a very good friend of mine, an online good friend of mine. She's like a sister to me. She's been, with me through thick and thin in all sorts of situations. I always rely on her about some things. So I will definitely put a link to her channel in the description box. For those of you who have not run into her on YouTube yet on the subject of La Santisima Muerte, amazing, amazing person. Anyway, getting back to the question at hand from a subscriber: Does she choose us, or do we choose her? It's both. It's both. It goes both ways. Just like religions in this world, sometimes we're born into this world, and right from our birth, we're chosen, to be born into Roman Catholicism. But then later on in life, as you progress and you get older and you into adulthood, you can choose to go some other direction. Or you may be so spiritually inclined that you will start to notice maybe something from another religion. And it may not be a religion, it may be a traditional path, such as, Palomayombe, Santeria, all sorts of other, paths of spirituality and religion. You might start to notice things about them that will call to you. That could be a way of them, trying to choose you, trying to show you that they're choosing you. Do you have to go in that direction? No, you don't. There's no such thing as being, the spirit cannot hold you against your will. They will show themselves to you, but it's always up to you if you want to work with these spirits, if you want to work with La Santisima Muerte. If she's chosen you, you will probably begin to see lots of things concerning death. Whereas in more times than none throughout the year, only on Halloween, for instance, you see skulls. you see skulls, you see reapers, things having to do with Halloween, bats, you know, creatures of the night, owls, but in particular with skulls around. But it's not just going to be one of those things where like you see it here and there. I mean, it's going to be like everywhere you go, it's going to scream at you. And you're going to be probably the only person that's going to notice it. When you're the one that notices it and nobody else, that's when you know that they're trying to get your attention. You know, that's them putting themselves in your face. As for myself, things like that didn't happen until after I chose to work with La Santisima Muerte, after I went to her for for help in certain situations I was going through. It was a little after that that I began to see a lot of strange things. I always talk about how I would see triangles. I would see triangles in the cracks of the streets. You go out there, you're gonna see them too. But I mean, what I'm talking about is like it's in your face. Like as soon as you look down, that's the first thing you think about is like triangles. I would go to sleep, and in my sleep, you know, sometimes when you close your eyes, you can see kind of like little lights flashing, you know, in your eyelids when you're trying to go to sleep. I would see shapes of triangles. I would also begin to see at random, consistently, skulls, skull artwork, things of that nature. Then I began to see her a little bit more. She did not just appear to me, obviously, because I had at this point now had a statue of her in my house, but you begin to see her a lot more. She becomes more prominent to the naked eye. For me, in my experience, that is her showing herself to you. That is her letting you know, I'm here, I'm around, I follow you, I walk with you. That's not to say, you know, oh, well, it's just you, you're so special. No, her energy goes everywhere all at once. You know, she's everywhere all at once when you choose to work with her. You will notice another way that you know that she is choosing you. You will begin to run into people that work with her. You will start to notice one of your friends and then somebody you work with. And then you'll see her on TV, and then you might even dream about her. If you dream about her, you can definitely count on her choosing you. And when you dream of her, she's also giving you a message. So it's important to try to remember, if you dream of her, what that dream was about. Kind of write it down and then dissect. Once you write it down, read it back and kind of dissect what's going on, and then look at what's going on in your life. What happened the day before when you fell asleep or days prior to that? And then vice versa, the next upcoming days, you know, after you've written down your dream about what you dreamt about her in, see how your next couple of days are coming and see if anything, you know, comes to fruition that happened in your dream. That's when you definitely know she's with you, that she's trying to help you out. A lot of people might say, but why her? Why would it be her? Why not one of the other archangels? Why, you know, those kind of things, I don't know. It's like they say, God works in mysterious ways. He's got his angels and the demons too, and I mean they're just all over the place, you know. And some just get assigned. As for myself, yes, I chose La Santisima Muerte. However, thinking about it though, maybe she chose me as well. Maybe she did choose me as well. Because what were the odds of me going to La Santisima Muerte for help and me saying I chose her, but yet where did she come from in my life that as a choice? So maybe she kind of did put herself there. At the end of the day, for me personally, I'm very, very happy and I'm very thankful that she is in my life. There has been so much transformative, positive, transformative things in my life that have happened in the past 3 going on 4 years that I've had her in my life. And a lot of things that happened in such a fast way. You know, I came from being a musician. I was originally a musician. For many, many years, I was a musician. Going back to El Paso, you know, I was used to being, you know, on stage and stuff. And now it's the total opposite. Now I'm a spiritual person. I'm a muertero, and I do tarot card guidance readings. I do spiritual workings for people, and I do cleansings. I do house banishings now. If I need to, I will conduct an exorcism. It's been a long time, thank God. But, you know, these are the things that can possibly happen when you turn to La Santisima Muerte, and then she chooses you to do some things as well. So in that retrospect, yeah, she might choose you. She might choose you to do some things, you know? And it's all for the greater good of the experience. There's nothing better than when Santisima Muerte puts you in a particular type of situation that is not the norm of you. You know, I was a musician, you know, I was used to partying all the time and having a good time and being on stage and creating music and hanging out with other musicians and whatnot and going in and out of town from time to time and playing music. Uh, to now, you know, this is what I do, and now I'm here on this platform trying to help other people understand what's going on. So to answer that subscriber's question, yeah, I think it goes both ways. I think we choose La Santísima Muerte and La Santísima Muerte chooses us. And sometimes at the same time, in tandem, it happens. Um, so yeah, you know, if you're somebody that's looking at this video trying to gain some more information as to how to go about it, I will be making another video to follow this one as to how to go about choosing what color. Because sometimes you want to go to La Santísima Muerte for certain types of issues in your life, and you realize, well, I know all the colors mean something. And yes, there are a lot of other YouTubers in English and Spanish making those kind of videos too. But here's the thing. The colors may not always symbolize what you hear from one person. For instance, one of her, what I call unorthodox colors, because her orthodox colors are red, black, and white. Okay? Those are her orthodox colors. Her unorthodox colors, that I like to call them, are like the rainbow robe color Santísima Muerte that people are used to seeing as well. So for instance, the color blue. The color blue, a lot of people will say that's for being able to learn, to gain knowledge, for people that are going to school, for students. Yet you'll hear a lot of other people say it's for the law, for issues concerning court cases and whatnot. So I think on the next video, I will go ahead and go more into depth on what her colors mean and how one color can mean more than just one thing for those of you that are wanting to work with her and just don't know really which color of the robe to go with her. And is the color of the robe really important or not? Okay? Muertero Chris here, the Guard Owl. Y'all have a good one. A rato.